Okay, all right, now we're live. All right, everybody, so we're back once again. Now we're working on ELA, continuing our work with the water scarcity issue. So what is happening now is he's supposed to write a 3 to 4 paragraph
I'm only doing 3.
essay. You'll do whatever it is. You'll do. And you're going to write on water scarcity, but very specifically on this. Can you please sit up and please? I don't care, dude. This is really disrespectful.
All right.
You know how I like to run our classrooms here. You know,
Okay.
Come on. You're representing. The third discussion question, which is in the context of the article. Okay, so basically, write this. What are the costs and benefits of technology? That's the first question.
The costs and benefits.
It's okay. It's just horses. Big dogs.
Someone was just here.
Probably Dad. Check in, make sure you're doing your stuff.
What are the costs and benefits of
technology? Like, this was about, contributing to water scarcity. So that's the first question. Second question is, how has the development of new technology negatively
a couple lines, right?
impacted? No, just leave it together, and we'll just answer those questions. And yes, Zelda claimed her mouse. She took it outside. That was
what
fun.
do I write for question 2?
This one, the second question that was there that I just pointed to. How has the development of new technology negatively impacted the availability of clean water? And as we discuss this, I'm going to go ahead and play this Day Zero documentary.
The water swooped down.
After that, move down a couple lines.
Impacted.
This is what it used to look like. 100 billion gallon playground that has kept the city watered for the past 40 years. But that was before it stopped raining. And when a city starts running out of water, no one can be sure of a soft landing. The same reservoir, 3 years later. By then, the Waterkloof had become an international icon of water crisis.
This is one of Cape Town's main sources of water, a source that could run completely dry within a matter of weeks. The last 10% of the water is unusable. So to all intents and purposes, this reservoir is empty.
Old farmhouses. Old roads from before the dam was flooded. Rows of vines that have stood many years underwater. The man-made solution to Cape Town's water problem was no longer up to its job.
Done. Now go down a
The
couple
dam
lines.
always has in the bottom a sediment pile, and when the dam dries out, that desiccates.
Okay, so write your
It
thoughts
becomes
about
dry
that, like we were
rotten
talking
paper.
about here. Just go down a
So
couple
when
lines
all
and
the
write
rain
about
starts,
what we already know
and
about how
the first
technology
water comes
has
in,
contributed
the first
to
thing
the
it
lack
has to
of
do
drinking water and
is
stuff.
rehydrate
And then we're going to do
that
some
pile of
research
rotting paper.
here and on the
So you
computer.
are talking of hundreds of millions, if not billions of liters of water that will get absorbed by that. There is a need for a philosophical shift away from we are masters and owners of nature to we are now developing in partnership with nature. We have to give nature a little bit of a space in order to provide good and useful services for humankind.
But the water crisis, when it comes, will not affect all of humankind in the same way. This is Helen and Ray, the kind of people who until now have never really had to think about where their water came from. In normal times, their consumption is about 80 gallons a day.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Now it's down to 13.
That's insane.
That's a life changer.
We have horses.
You're not the same people that we were this time last year.
It's not full, that. But the idea that we could turn our taps on and there would be no water was real.
The officers are acting on a tip-off. Local residents told them employees at this body shop are washing cars with city water, and that's a criminal offence.
I personally felt incredibly anxious.
There have already been scuffles here. Security guards now monitor
And they
this.
call
And
the
there
cops
was this
because
sudden
water.
madness that was going on.
This is wrong.
The local government has brought in severe restrictions, forcing people to look for alternative supplies.
Thank you. I love this.
I know. That's
They ran out of
I
water
think
at
it'll be warmer.
the department stores. They ran out of containers at the plastic supply stores.
Then,
No motor cars, no jobs, no farm workers, no vegetables. It becomes unimaginable.
It has been quite humbling.
It's always crappy being
I hate this.
the Campbell.
Heckles.
So I thought something along the way, darling. Just give me back to that.
Just keep going, little egg.
Keep going, little man. You can do it, baby.
No, there's cutting into my hands.
The water crisis laid bare a secret that Cape Town would like to forget. 30 years after the end of apartheid, the city still has the reputation of being one of the most unequal places on earth. The water you get still depends on who you are and where you live. Helen and Ray live in Newlands, one of Cape Town's most desirable neighborhoods. The woman working on the balcony is their maid, Paulina. And where she comes from, every day is day zero.
Hi, Master to Heaven. I was 28 years old. I'm now 54 years old. I'm doing everything in the house. Wash, clean, iron, everything. I cook. I do everything. But with all that things, I need to save water. Because one day we're going to wake up, we don't have water. And then what's going to happen without water?
Every Friday, Helen gives Paulina water, and Paulina takes it home. These heavy bottles contain a hidden truth about water shortages, not just in South Africa, but around the world.
I always give some people, I always give water.
The question is why Paulina needs to take the water home. And the answer becomes clear once we know exactly where home is.
Oh my god.
Paulina lives in Capricorn,
Oh my god.
one of the
That's
informal
sad.
settlements.
And you saw the other people's
on the edge
house,
of Cape
right?
Town.
And
Yeah.
how fancy it was, and there's like
Few
just like
people
no
here
in between.
have
That's
access to running
amazing.
water in their homes. For many years, there were only 21 public water taps in the whole settlement.
But their sense of community looks like it's a whole lot better, too.
Yeah. Are those kids excited for that?
In prosperous Newlands,
Yeah, she was giving out
Day
glasses
zero
of water on the
seems
ride
like an
home. It was
unprecedented
just
disaster.
delighted to have
But
that.
here
Look
in
at that.
Capricorn,
That's not how Earth is supposed
it's
to be.
just another day.
Best to say.
I don't know.
Kids have a good. They have a good sense of community.
Yep.
The kids look really, really happy still somehow.
At 6 o'clock.
Suffering can bring you closer to God.
Yes, it
In
can.
my house, I told them every day.
It gives you an unbreakable spirit through your
We can't just do
generation.
whatever we do with water.
That's
We
crazy.
need
Look
to
at this
save
place.
water.
We wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to fetch water. Only lasts for 1 hour. Some of us are working night shifts. When we're coming back, there's no water. We must wait tomorrow.
And there's water in the taps. You can't drink them. They smell, they're horrible. Sometimes they green, you don't even know what is happening. But we must drink them. You can't, there's no choice. Sometimes there's no even water to cook. They have to cook pop there. There's no water. Even to buy the one basic.
So get out of the city. That's just all I can say is you gotta get out of the city.
Really,
Go to where the water flows. I mean, that might take a big, long walk, but they've done it.
This one is coming out.
People have done it thousands of years. All over different countries. Oh my gosh. This is what it's talking about. This is like when we're talking about like the pollution versus and drought versus like what people do when they try to control the water situation. And that's I think what was happening here, because you see that there was this super rich part of town, and then this this situation here. So it's like you
They
have
don't look unhealthy though.
no, they have the rich controlling.
Of
You know,
course.
it's like that's. I mean, it's supposed to be a fundamental right for all living beings, not just humans either. All living beings.
Water is a yardstick of inequality. Over 2 billion people still live without safe drinking water in their homes. The average American flushes more water down the toilet than most Africans use every day. Worldwide,
That's why we
poor water
live differently.
sanitation kills nearly 1 million people
Because of
every
this.
year.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about in my technology. About technology that impacts it negatively.
And
Factories pollute the land.
Yeah.
in May 2018, the 3-year-old drought was over. They prayed for rain, and the rain came. The whole city celebrated.
So, having analysed the new data, we're now in a position to state that we have not only managed to avoid day zero this year, but we can also safely get through the summer of 2019.
Water flowed back into the rivers. The dams filled up. Cape Town had been saved. But for how long?
To simply assume that the next rain is going to suddenly wash all your problems away is, in my view, suicidal. Unfortunately, the Day Zero debate only focuses on
Kind of where we are now with all the rain that we got here this year. Kind of started to end our drought situation, but it has to be now managed really well.
There's water for
You know,
the
people
economy,
can't
there's
overuse
water to
it. They
sustain
have to
jobs,
manage it still
there's
so
water
that we
for
can save it.
tourism,
And
there's water for agriculture, water for the food that we eat. That's big water. So there is no economic future based on the business as usual approach.
yeah, right. How are we doing on time?
It's 13 minutes in.
Scientists do not expect the Earth to run out of water anytime soon.
That's a bird.
Now you have a bird. What are you doing?
How
are you getting at?
Why are you hunting so freaking fervently? That's a pretty bird too.
The great cities,
I swear I saw it before.
power plants,
Ow.
all the
Ow, 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 ow.
on Earth
Go eat outside. It's fine. Thank you for catching it. Great job, Lola.
of water.
Oh my gosh, she's on a roll today.
But the availability issues.
Wild living.
The evidence from space shows that while in some regions the water supply remains stable,
Catch it. You can have
in
it.
others there are unsettling fluctuations. The world's wetlands in the tropics and the extremely high latitudes are getting wetter. The dry areas
She's being very efficient.
becoming dry.
There she is. Now she needs to start catching some
Or too little.
moles.
Either way, these
Breathe out inside.
God!
can be
Their weird little
devastating.
faces.
Look like a Tuxedo Chan.
It's okay. She caught that fair and square.
Fernie, oh my god!
Calibrate.
Don't bring it back in here.
We're in St. Francis, Kansas. We raise cattle and hogs, and we have some chickens for eggs. And we basically produce food.
There you go. I did the positive effects and negative effects.
Okay. How much time have we spent so far?
About 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay, so get your other laptop and do a little bit of research on some other articles that other people have wrote about how technology has negatively affected
I started riding bulls when I was in high
cleanliness
school.
of water.
I go to high school rodeos, and then it was an easy transition.
Basically, just write in the question, see what other people are saying.
I not only was a bull rider and could make money rodeoing, but I made the bull ropes that the bull riders used to hang on to. I ended up
event Thursday, April 20th at 12:30.
This is Calicret
It's
country,
11:30.
the High Plains,
Yeah, it's okay.
home to 20% of the entire agricultural output of the United
We have
States.
about 15, 20 more minutes, and then we'll start setting up for
Today,
your lunchtime lecture.
Mike raises 1,500 head of cattle on his family farm. But small family farms are dying out on the High Plains. And Mike Calicret has every reason to be worried. His family have seen the High Plains die once before. For a time, the waves of migrants who settled in the High Plains
Yes.
in the late 19th and early 20th centuries had enjoyed success. Demand was high, and the crops were rich and plentiful. But deep plowing and overexploitation had loosened the topsoil. And when drought came during the 1930s, followed by high winds, the fine soil of the prairies blew as far as Chicago and Washington, D.C. The High Plains became a dust bowl.
Okay, so there's
covering
another one.
100 million
Pop
acres
this
of land.
into that. Talking about how overuse of agricultural means like tractors
Okay, like tractors.
removed layers upon layers of topsoil that blew away.
Go on. Not what?
Loosened like layers and layers of topsoil that blew away, making it impossible to like grow things.
So that's what I listened to one. Cancel anything. Listen topsoil and I said there are tractors that loosened topsoil, blew across a widespread area, and pretty much made it uninhabitable.
This way could not grow food. There was like no kind of planting.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, tractors, screws on.
Many believed the day of judgment had arrived, and the world was coming to an end. And in a sense, the worst environmental disaster in American history was a
Wow.
judgment.
That's what a tractor did.
Basically, yeah, see.
The farmers of the Dust Bowl knew there was water underground. They used to say they could feel it moving beneath their feet. but they couldn't reach it.
That's
It was
torture.
only in the
Right.
40s that geologists worked out that they were sitting on enough water to submerge the entire state of Colorado to a depth of 45 feet.
Nice. That's right. Plants grew so well there.
They called it the Ogallala Aquifer.
Oh,
Is this
the
how
one
wells
that-
came to be?
Underground reservoirs of
Huh?
fresh
Is this how
water
wells came
in
to
the
be?
world.
Yeah, they were using wells for a while, but this
The
one was
water
way,
contained
way
between layers
deep.
of clay, silt, sand,
See?
and gravel has been there since the last ice age. And there was enough of it to fill Lake Huron.
You just had to get past all that stuff to do
Under
it.
the high plains, the Ogallala reaches out for 175,000 square miles from the Texas Panhandle to South Dakota.
That's cool.
And there's an Oglala tribe of
The
Native
wooden
Americans, so they
windmill pumps
probably
used by the
followed
early
that area.
settlers made little impression on the massive reserves of water which lay underneath their farms. But after World War II, they adopted better drilling technology and high-tech irrigation systems. Soon, a new industrial-scale agriculture was turning the lands of the Dust Bowl
Okay,
into
so-
America's breadbasket.
So far, that's a positive thing. So, new drilling technology allowed them to access deeper water reservoirs. But I bet you it's going to turn around and bite him in the butt again.
There you go. Just so you know, Jala might be coming back.
Okay. Go ahead and push play.
On what?
Oh, do I have it?
You have it.
Water scarcity. No, it was right on the other side of your computer.
I couldn't see it. I probably could have looked at the camera and saw it.
And water
It's been
was
about
now
20
being
minutes.
extracted from the aquifer
Total? Yeah,
faster than
25
it could
minutes.
be replaced.
Let me know when we're at 35.
By the 1950s, some of the survivors of the Dust Bowl were turning into millionaire
Because we have to do
landowners.
this one and a whole nother essay for something else
Really?
before the end
It
of
was
the
boom
week.
time for America.
So we have to finish
Birth of
this
rock
essay
and roll.
today.
Okay.
19-cent hamburgers in the drive-in diner. Modern life moving so fast that even a reservoir the size of Lake Huron couldn't keep up with the demand.
So you can do
Almost
it.
a third of the Ogallala's water has already gone. Most of what's left will disappear in the space of a lifetime.
So instead of
The
using it
farmers of the High
responsibly,
Plains
they've just
are looking down the
used it
barrel
frivolously.
of a new Dust Bowl.
Are we turning into a Dust Bowl?
Not
We are in Yuma County. Yuma County is probably the most irrigated county in Colorado. The heart of the industrial agriculture of Colorado. On the left is probably the biggest feedlot in the country. There's about 130,000 in capacity there in that facility. And next to it on the west side is probably another 20,000 cattle. So right in that area, there could be as many as 150,000 head of cattle or beef. This is not a farm. This is a factory. So the big feedlot is going to be located where the water is, and that's over the Ogallala Aquifer. You can see all the irrigation around this feedlot. These are center pivots. The water use in a feedlot is not what the cattle are drinking. It's what the crops are consuming in the production of the corn, the alfalfa hay. I can tell you that the industrial model will fail because it's not sustainable. It's like killing the goose that lays the golden egg.
The statistics stagger the imagination. More excrement comes from the biggest feedlot than a city the size of Denver. The world's 1.5 billion cattle drink 5 times more water than the entire human race.
Our barbecue is prepared with just the right amount of heat to keep in the natural juices and hold in that wonderful flavor.
Over 90% of water from the Ogallala is used for irrigation.
Minecraft be like for smokers and butchers.
It takes 600 gallons for a simple hamburger.
Put the barbecued meat on a tender bun, and you've got some eating that's world beating. Try our famous barbecue at the refreshment stand
6
now.
gallons?
Nearly 1,000 gallons for a regular steak.
Is there anything more important for a family meal than meat? Better buy it from a store you can trust.
The water to produce a full-grown cow is enough for a 10-minute shower every day for over 130 years.
Oh my god.
The Ogallala will run out of water in the space of a lifetime. This is where it's going.
And that was a sacred, secret
It's not the
underground
water we
reservoir
drink,
of water,
it's the
just in case things went bad.
It's the water we
You know,
drink.
the Earth could rely on that.
And the world's
And now
average
they've used up a third of it already since they discovered it.
Oh my god.
And it says it takes over. Did you hear how much it costs, like in water, for these things? Over 1,000 gallons of water to produce one steak. And it says one cow that's used for consumption of food goes through enough water to take a 10-minute shower every single day for 130 years. And then we're talking, that guy said there was 150,000 cattle in one area. It's that scary. It's really
There's been a
scary.
500% increase in meat production since 1961.
Nope, done with this world.
Oh my gosh.
And with the world population
I see horse legs.
9 billion by 2050.
It's insane.
Further massive increases in production will be needed to meet demand.
Now what? Where are you getting these things
By
from?
then, almost all the Ogallala
Zelda!
We gotta get the horses moved back. Give me a second.
No.
It's become
Hey,
very
no,
clear
shut up.
is that
No.
the world's major aquifers are being depleted at a very rapid clip.
Zelda, no.
We've got the aquifers
No.
in the Arabian
Don't you go.
Peninsula,
No.
across the Middle East, Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran, India, Bangladesh, North China Plain, northwestern Australia, really all over the world. So this is a cause for huge concern.
Zelda, shut up.
Because those aquifers provide the water for irrigation to grow most of the food that we grow in the world.
Zelda, get out. Get out.
The
Zelda, no.
Highlands aquifer in
Oh, damn it.
we grow tremendous
I say no.
amount of grain and beef. And this is the region that is projected
Get out.
to run out of
Get out.
power in about 30
Get out.
years. When I think about the collapse of water availability in our big food producing regions, so much of that middle part of the United States is dominated by agriculture and provides food security for this country. So what will those people do for food security? The implications for
I have a
that
headache.
are staggering.
If anybody's here, they can type in the live chat. I'm sure someone was did put it in there.
Today, the face of the cattle business on the high plains is the face of industrial agriculture. They take the lion's share of the market. They take the lion's share of the Ogallala's rapidly diminishing supply of water. The small farmers are being pushed aside.
I think that we are in a really, really big mess as far as
Hey, Mom.
agriculture is concerned. That we would
It's about 30 minutes.
exploit our resources to the point where there isn't any more water,
Okay.
where there isn't
So that's
any more
it.
healthy soils.
So, folks, that's it for my stream here. We're about to
What's he gonna do?
in a second. We're going to do a live stream soon. So thank you guys for this. Be peace, balance, be yourself always. And thank you.
Ghost towns are making a comeback.